Hey everybody, so today I'm going to do a video review on the new Making Faces by Jane Davenport, her new collection that has just hit Michael's. Unfortunately, not all the Michael's are selling them. I had to travel kind of far to get some of this stuff to a couple different stores, and I made several trips, and they're kind of pricey, so I actually, luckily Joann's had some 60% coupons, and I took some people with me, and everybody got a coupon, and I had some others, I had a gift card, so I was able to get a lot of the stuff pretty cheap because of all the coupons and giving them to people, and like I said, I had kind of a gift card, so because this stuff was a little pricey. But let's go over my thoughts and reviews on what I think of the new set. The first things I got were the palette pastels. I figured those were going to go kind of quick, so I picked those up on one of my first trips, and these are makeup inspired and they're pastels, and I actually have pastels. I have the pan pastels. And I think I listened to Jane saying how like we don't use them because they're big, and they are kind of big, and I don't take them out as much, so it's kind of neat using these. And I actually have bristle board that I put some gesso on, and so when you open these up, they look like a big, looks kind of like a big eyeshadow case, and she does give swatch cards in here. There's some of her artwork, and then there's a swatch card. She actually recommended in a video I just seen where you should, she actually recommended to using some clear gesso before you put these on the card because the paper's so smooth, and I had already done it, so I have some clear gesso on this bristle board. And let me take this one, and I have to say I was a little iffy on buying all this stuff because I feel like she is a marketing genius. Her packaging is always extremely well done, and she makes videos and she promotes her stuff, and she, she's so great at what she does that it makes me always want to go out and buy all her stuff. But then I find that I don't necessarily use it that much because I am not as good an artist as her, and my stuff doesn't come out as well. But this line, I'm actually having a lot of fun. I've been playing with it for the past couple weeks, and I'm actually having fun with it. So the first thing is she does have these makeup brushes, or she has these sponges, and I did buy them, and they were kind of expensive. I can't remember offhand. This one's really stiff, and I would say these are all the same squishiness. However, I had some. I'm hoarding these because I don't want to mess them up, so I'm not using them. And I've been using some other ones that I had gotten at clearance at Michael's, so I've been using these, and they're pretty much similar, so I've been using these instead. And also I did pick up her the Baton Blenders, which are eyeshadow sticks. I had a bunch of these, kind of, like you get these at Sephora, you get them for free at the makeup stores, Ulta, Sephora. Hers are better feeling. I haven't used them again. I'm hoarding them, and I probably won't use them for a while. Eventually I will, but for now, for my practicing, I'm just using these ones. So I find that I use with these the sponges the most part. I've been using the sponges. So just take the color on here and I dab kind of, and that I find that's the best way. If you're doing smaller areas, you can take these eyeshadow tubes or eyeshadow, you can take these smaller ones. She also showed how she uses the brushes, and I did pick these up. I kind of, again, haven't been using them too much. I've been using my other brushes, but these are really nice. I'm liking these. Feels really, really nice. It's very thick, very soft. And if you try to use the brush, one of the things about that is, if you can see, it wastes a lot of the powder using the brush, and it doesn't stick as good. Maybe even on the clear gesso side, it doesn't stick as good, and again, you're kind of wasting a lot of it. So I haven't used the brush for these, but these brushes are nice. I did not buy the magnetic brushes, the one that come in the magnetic holder. So let's go. These are the mineral eyes. So again, when I did the swatch, I didn't even swatch them all. they were coming up very faint, but if you use them, and I have some black cardstock too, they come out really nice on the black. So if you use them, I'm just going to use my finger. On the regular white, they don't come out so much. Let's see how good they come out on the gesso. But if you put them on the gesso, they do show up a lot better on the gesso. And if you put them on like black, they definitely show up. I hope you can see that with the lights. They show up on the black pretty good. And they show up on the clear gessoed. So let's just see. You can see all that. Hopefully that shows up. Okay, so, and what I basically have been doing with these is using, I'll just kind of show a quick picture of, and I've done some more, so I'll show those at the end of what I've been doing with these. So just for instance, here is one, and this is all the hair and the skin and stuff, and it's all done with the palette pastels. I've used those in all this parts. Another thing is, I'll say real quick, is fixatives. Because these are pastels, if you don't use a fixative, they're gonna still come up when you touch them. So I have the workable fixative, and I have like a matte varnish that I use to spray. So the workable, you can just spray it and then you keep going over it, and then this would be kind of like a finalizing. You don't have to use it, but they're good for other things that I have, so I have those. And honestly, I just take them outside, do a little spritz. I just open the door, spritz, and come back in. They have a smell, so I don't do it in the house. But so just for instance, I use the palette pastels for the hair, and then I'll show you how I use the velvet pastels for the lips and the drama sticks for the eyes and her pens. So I'll go over all that stuff. Alright, so next we have, okay, so these are, I'm not going to open these all, and she has all these videos going on, so you can watch her videos. So the next thing I got were these drama sticks, and you know, these were expensive. I think these were $20 a piece. And I think these were originally $26. I definitely used my 60% off coupon. These are the most expensive thing. And for $26 for 6, it's kind of a lot. So there are, again, there's a card in here. It's got a picture of a girl. And then you have to cut the corners to get it in here. So I swatched this out. And these, I'm going to say I'm not as keen on these. I don't know. So they come with a pencil sharpener, and I know she said that you can use these tins, or great for watercolor pans. I'm just anal, so I'm going to keep using them the way they are. I did the swatches super light, and the tips did break off on a couple of them, like even though I was doing them pretty light. However, Jane did say in her videos that they're very pointed when you get them, and you know, don't sharpen them to a point. So, but they're kind of, I don't know, I'm not enjoying them, I guess, as much. I mean, I've used them for like kind of lips and eyeshadows and maybe some hair streaks, but I don't know. They're weird. They come on, I don't know, they're not that smooth. They're kind of weird to me. I definitely, they are kind of like eye pencils though. They do remind me of like an eye makeup pencil. Again, if I didn't use the 60% coupons for these, I wouldn't have paid, I don't know, that one's better. I guess with the pointier, I wouldn't have paid the full price. I'm glad I got them to try them out, but, okay, so those are those. And where's the other set? And then this is the other set. You can see I swatched out, so yeah, the drama sticks, I'm glad I got them and I use them, but I thought they would be better than they are. They're a little harder to work with, but I am having fun. Okay, so here we have, these are her Shimmer Pastels, and I'm not sure how different they are than the palette pastels, except for that these are shimmery, so I think that's the only difference between them. So again, let's see. Just kind of put them on the black. They show up great on the black, and put them on the gesso side, and they definitely, you know, they show up good on the clear gesso. So these, I can't remember how much these were. These were like on a afterthought trip. I didn't get these on my first trip. I went back several times. What I am enjoying a lot is the color sticks. And the color sticks were actually a pretty good price, because if you bought like any of the gelatos, or you buy the Tim Holtz distress crayons, or even the scribble sticks, they're pricey. So I think these were like $14, and you get 12 in a pack, and definitely this was like the most reasonable. And here there's another swatch in here. There we go. So I swatched these out, and they are water soluble, you know, just kind of like gelatos. They're very creamy. I'm really enjoying these. I always use kind of like my gelatos a lot anyways, so I am enjoying these more than I did like her other kind of crayons that I never use, like her aqua pastels, and the other ones I have those, I never use them. These I've been using, and I like them. They're very creamy. You can smudge them. They are water soluble. Let me show you. I kind of like them for backgrounds. I've been doing a lot like hair or even backgrounds. And you could kind of go in and do some more on here. I think eventually they kind of dry, like if you don't use the water. I'm not sure if they continually water soluble, but I like these. Especially for the price and the amount of colors that you get. I'm enjoying those. Alright, the other thing are these. These, I don't know, they're kind of strange. I'm not as big of a fan of these, I think. I don't know. I bought like one to begin with, one or two, and then I kind of, every time I went back, I kind of picked up a couple more. But I'm still, the jury's out on these. I'm not sure. They're velvet pastels. I don't know exactly what they are. Like, are they, I don't know. They're not like acrylic paint. They're like, I don't know. They really kind of are like what they're supposed to be like. They really do kind of remind me of like a lip gloss. They do take a while to dry. And I know that Jane has stated like these are more for just kind of making little dots and little things. But I think they're like $8. So they're kind of pricey just to make little dots on. I've been blending them out more as like an eyeshadow, or as like, I guess like lipstick and stuff. They have a smell to them. I don't like the smell of them. So that might be why I'm not as another big of a fan, because they do kind of have this funky, I don't know. They have a smell. But I do have these. Alright, so next are, let's see, the paints, the face paints. So I did get this, and I want to say this is again like $20 for this. Kind of expensive, but I think this is really good. I mean, it's pricey for this amount of paint. Again, I use coupons, but if I didn't, you know, I didn't mind paying the $8. I definitely probably wouldn't want to pay $20. But, and I haven't really used this in any of my things yet. But let's see. Paint. And you can make the paint lighter with this. It's kind of got a fine tip. And of course I have her other facial acrylics, so I guess, you know, I'll probably definitely want to be using all those together. Now this is on the clear gesso. And she has videos, so I'm not going to do a whole big thing on the paint, but I do like the color, and I am trying to work on my faces, so I was glad to get this. So to begin with, I had basically just picked up the black marker. I I didn't get the colors, but these markers totally impressed me. And the thing I love about these markers is that they are permanent ink. So it's not like if you have brush pens or Tombos or any of those things, most of those, or in the Pentel's, they're water soluble, and these are permanent. Now I will say that I really can't tell the difference between the gloss and the matte. Like there's a gloss and a matte, and honestly, I can't tell the difference, but I have been using these like crazy. So that is the matte, and this is the gloss. And this is the matte. I don't know. Maybe it's a little darker. I don't know. Not much of a difference to me. And then there is this pen. I love the pens. So I definitely went back and got pens. And they're really nice. Brush tips. I haven't used the colors as much. Oh, and the gold pen, it's real bristles. So it's an actual, they're like, they come apart bristles. So this is the gold. And the gold and the silver are the only ones that have the actual real paint brush bristles. Alright, so pens. Love the pens. Love the fact that they're permanent. And I'll show some examples of other things that I've done with them. Now I picked up the Stencils. And I kind of messed this one up, the first one. So I'm a little sad about that. So I got the Stencils, and I'll show a picture I did with the Stencils. Oh, and the Stencils come with this board. So that's kind of nice. This canvas. Of course, I'll probably never use it. I'll hoard it. Because I do hoard all the things I don't want to use. But let me just show some pictures of some stuff I've done with the Stencil. Okay, so this I did with the Stencil, this picture. I'm not too impressed, but again, and I keep smudging stuff. But this was done with the Stencils. You know, you have your face, and then you can pick out your different eyes, and your eyebrows, and your nose, and then there's the hair. I kind of wish there was more hair. And there's like the neck. Over here is the neck, and then there's like kind of a flower and a necklace that you can give them. So I did that one with the Stencils. What I really like though is this. This book I really like. And me being me, of course, does not want to write in the book because God forbid. Even though there's several of each one, and someday I will. Once I feel like I'm just practicing and I'm not doing the best artwork yet, so I'm not writing in them. But kind of have like a little method sheet, and then there are like, I don't know, how many is there? There's a few of each one. There's 18, so there's like 3 of each one. So there's different pictures. And it's kind of like supposed to be like a makeup artist palette. I guess if I don't get my makeup done professionally, but if you go, they'll do it on paper before they do it on you to show you, or they, oh, actually I have done this before. They do it after they use the makeup on you, so you know what colors, so the next time you go back, you know what colors you got done. I have done that. So that's the idea behind this. And one of the things I like about this set is it is kind of like, I like doing the faces, and it is like you're trying out makeup and stuff, and it is like you're being like a makeup artist, and it's kind of fun. I'm actually enjoying this set. So here are the pictures, and you have several of each one. Of course, what I did is I took my Cricut Bright Pad and I traced over them, because I didn't want to, like I said, work in the book as I practice. So I kind of traced over them, and then I used my light Bright Pad, and then I put these underneath and use my Bright Pad, and then trace over into the book, and that's how I did this page. So this one is actually this, and then I just made my own hair. So this is this one. However, I did couple, so that one's that one, and then this one I did, okay, so then I used this one, and I did, let's see, I did this. So this is this, and again, these are just using all the same. I used the inks in the background for this. I used these are some of the velvet sticks I made the swirlies with for the lips. I used the marker for the pen. I did use, okay, so this is my next thing that I got were these. I got the journal tattoos. So I just wanted basically this whole set for the eyelashes, and I think this was like 12 bucks. Again, I didn't pay that much because I had gift cards and coupons. So there's some faces, there's the mask. I might do the mask. I'll probably, you know, eventually I'll use them all. Some flowers. It didn't work that great. They kind of came apart when I was doing it. I don't know if it's because I was doing it on top of, like, I had used the drama sticks, and maybe that's why it wasn't sticking as well. But it did break apart. So using that same stencil I made this face out of that stencil, and then I made this face. So these two were both using the same picture. They were both using this picture, and you can see how different, like, you can take these and make totally different faces. Use different hair, and this one is done a lot more with the palette pastels. This one I used like her incredible ink background. This one I used her watercolor background. This is the color sticks kind of blended with water. Drama sticks were used for the eyes. And then I did spray like the fixative over it. The last thing I got was the Not Quite a Blank Slate. And the thing that she talks about for these is the different kind of the canvasy or the textured kind of surface, and how they're different. Although they're a little different on this back and the front, so you can use them. Of course, the backs are blank, and there are 1, 2, 3. Here are the different pictures you got, and I think she does this one in one of her videos. She shows how she does this one, and then there's a few blank ones. Okay, so this is my review. I have to say, I really am enjoying playing with these new products of hers. I think, like I said, she, you know, a lot of times I always go out and buy everything. This time I'm actually, you know, really trying to use it because I find I don't use her stuff, and they're kind of pricey, but this is fun. It's like, you know, if you're into making like faces, it's great that she has like these little templates. I really enjoy the fact that she has the templates to help you with making the faces, and then you can, like I said, I also think I'm going to probably use a lot of these products. I have the Whimsical Girls book, so I feel like I'm going to start practicing in there. If you haven't gotten the Whimsical Girls book, it's her kind of book that she has written, kind of like a coloring mixed media book that, you know, she has things in here and you can kind of color them in, and I think I'm going to wind up using a lot of these products and coloring these in. So I'm really excited about this new line. And I'm not the best drawer, but I feel like, you know, using some of these are going to help me out. And like I said, check the app, because not all the Michaels are selling this. Our area, I had to drive at least 40 minutes to a Michaels. The ones that were closer to me are not selling this. I don't know why some Michaels aren't, but if you go on the Michaels app, it'll tell you what stores are selling it, what locations sell it. So if you go out and give it a try. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.